Hey everybody, welcome back. Carolina's home. Today me and the goober are out hiking on a new trail. Hopefully this will lead us to a home site or two, but I don't know, we'll see. But I'll switch y'all around here so y'all can see where we're at. Right now we're at kind of an intersection of two trails, so I think we're gonna go this way though. So let me stop yakking and turn y'all around. Still learning the controls here, so bear with me. Okay, there's a trail actually going up through there. Sorry, going the wrong way. One of these days I'll figure this out. And this is the trail we're on. And we came up that way from the trail from the last video. This is a trail that comes off of that I hadn't seen before. So around where all the trailers were. So we're gonna hike down here and see if we can find anything cool. I did do some research after finding that barbed wire, and there were some home sites out here. Definitely worth checking out, including one that's still here, which is an old plantation house that apparently they only allow visitors at once or twice a year. And I don't know, we'll try and get over that way one day and take some pictures of it, because it does look pretty cool. But right now I'm just scanning the hillsides and stuff, looking for any kind of evidence of flattened land where they might have been plowing and growing fields. Growing crops of fields of crops. Good Lord, I'll say it in a minute. And looking for any barbed wire or fence posts or stone walls or anything like that. And also looking for wildlife, of course. But you have to excuse us if we're sniffing and coughing or whatever it is. It's still pretty chilly out here. It's about 40 degrees. Get this turned around here. Yeah, right here on the ground where all these leaves are scraped up, that's most likely from a buck scraping around looking for something right around the base of that tree. It looks like that little sapling's been rubbed when he was in velvet, probably. I've noticed a couple spots like that where the leaves are all kicked up in big piles. It's actually all around here. So something's been digging all through, and that's not a squirrel, so it's most likely a deer. Maybe we'll get lucky and see one. But we definitely got two, well, it's a distinct road bed. Run right there, there's actually a ridge right there of one side of it. And then this is another separate part. Yeah, that's where the deer have been scraping right there. Yeah. There's so many leaves on the ground, it's hard to see. But yeah, all this is torn. I'm sure the squirrels are doing some of it too, but when it's big scrapes like that, yeah, that's deer. You can actually almost see the scrape lines, see it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, we'll turn this back on if we find anything of interest, but this should be leading us towards some home sites that I found on a map after I researched when we found that barbed wire. Hopefully this trail leads there. If not, there's another trail I know should, but it was further on down, so we want to check this one out first. So we'll be back if we find anything cool. What's that? Just some pretty rocks.
I guess so. I don't remember. It's called something. It's not what I wish it was. That is very purple.
There's the front door to the gnome house. He's got his door cracked open a little bit. See?
Yeah.
Don't open it.
No. Look, it's even got a door handle.
Yeah.
Saw a story one time where they found this little.
Oh, that's their emergency exit right there. Yep. So he's got the, yeah. If you start banging on his door over there, then he can run over here and jump out. These people, they were found on their property that somebody had actually put like a little door at the bottom of a tree. Yeah.
And they went to open it and they found a toad and money inside.
Okay.
Like just little coins.
Like a real toad?
Yeah, like an actual toad.
Like living or just?
Like a living toad. He was just in there. And somebody said, so you basically just broke into his house and robbed it.
Yeah.
And robbed the toad. All that was going through my mind is, how do you know frogs wasn't going to have to come over?
Yeah.
Some frog and toad. Those are good books.
And the sun's starting to come out. Sun's starting to come out.
Yeah.
Told you you get warm eventually. Well, we've definitely seen a lot more buck rubs and deer scrapes. There have been a couple spots where the trail seems to split off into two trails and goes around several older trees, and I'm guessing those were like turnaround spots. Now I'm not sure, but that edge looks like that's been flaked.
I know you did not just find an arrowhead when I have been actually looking for rocks.
Come on, focus. Daggone this camera. That side's not. This side's been flaked. Man, why does my camera not focus? It just like goes in and out. No, I got it. Alright, I'm gonna look at it with my own eyeballs. Yeah, that's been flaked. That's the start of an arrowhead. It's just laying there on the ground.
Well,
it's either the start of one or it's a really old archaic one that's just broke down on one side. Show that to Greg.
wait, I'll see it.
Here.
Old Greg.
Old Greg.
Are you sure? Well, yeah.
Look out, yeah, look how it's flaked.
This side's not. You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's definitely been worked on that one edge, and the other edge I think is just worn down and
This part's
from
been
time.
broke
Yeah,
off.
it's been broke off. So I think that's a Clovis style. That's what that's called. But you see how, yeah, but you see how like kind of, it's not a beautiful arrowhead like you see people today make, guys that can make them, because back then you just made something good enough to stab an animal and put food on the table or for the village. They weren't worried about making museum quality ones.
No, they didn't know it was going to go in the museum anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were just doing it to survive. So when you start out making arrowheads, for those of you who are interested in it, don't worry if yours isn't beautiful and pretty, because most real ones are not beautiful and pretty. The beautiful, pretty ones people find a lot of times were either later cultures that had evolved more, so to speak, or they were making ceremonial ones that would be like something that the shaman or whoever, the medicine man, would have. And so he would have the really, really pretty ones. Yeah, but I mean, most of the time it was just to put food on the table and feed the village. But if you had a lot of downtime sitting around, you could make some really nice ones. Yeah. But anyway, surprised that was just sitting on top of the ground like that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you gotta keep your eyeballs open. Get sleepy little eyeballs.
Who's that from?
Robin Hood.
That is
The old cartoon with the fox.
Yep.
Sit down, close your sleepy little eyeballs.
What?
Hang on. Hang on. Listen.
What?
Hang on. I heard something. I thought it was a deer grunting. Okay. Sometimes you can hear them. All right, so okay, so this is the trail. See, there's the power line. So this is the other trail I was saying. There should have been a home site right off of this trail. But I never saw good enough flat land that they would have been farming out here, and everybody would have been farming back in the day.
Well, if it's a plantation site, definitely.
Well, the plantation's on down here. Come on. I don't know if we'll get to it right now, but to see if the power line's right there, then where I came out, the trail was over this hill, and that's where I found the barbed wire. So it's somewhere back over that way. I was just hoping this trail would kind of be like the old driveway to it, the old wagon trail. Which it probably is. We just missed the one on the side. That's a nice buck rub right there.
What?
Right there.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He was in here for a while.
Yeah, that's fresh. Well, not really fresh, but it's this year. Because this would have been earlier in the year, but the shavings are still down there. You see there's a, well, y'all probably can't see it on the camera, but there is a trail going down there. Yeah, there's some older rubs down there too. That big 10 or 12 pointer we got at work, it rubbed a tree like that and about uprooted it and set it over. Yeah. Oh yeah, way back in there.
If you get low enough, you can see the trails.
It's hard to pick up on the camera. I can see them fine, but when I go back and watch the videos,
You can't see it.
you can't see it. Just like a lot of these wagon trails and stuff, me and you can see them, but the camera just does not pick up the depression in the ground good.
Oh, this is pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So we're basically on the. Let me check on the map where we are, because I don't know if we're on the edge of the park or we're still in the park. So hang on.
It's like in a,
All right. Does anybody know what these bushes are? Because I don't have a green thumb, but these don't seem to be growing anywhere else out here, and they're just in this cluster. So we think, I don't know. I noticed them when we came through, and then she said something about them when we're coming back out. So I don't know if this is planted by people who lived over here. Like I said, we're still looking for that home site, and maybe we're actually at it right now, and it's just the maps aren't 100% accurate from back in the couple hundred years ago. So we're gonna just kind of look around right here, because it's a nice flat area, but I don't see really anything that's jumping out. There's no rock piles or daffodils or anything like that, but these bushes or plants, whatever you want to call it, yeah, I don't know what these are, but I don't see them anywhere else out here. The only other bushes are like rhododendron and stuff way down there, and that stuff's real tall. These are just in a little patch right here. So I don't know. Let me know if you know what those are. Okay, well, we're out here where the home site should be according to the maps. This is not the one we were talking about earlier, not the plantation house. This is another one that we were going to try and find at some point, but I'm not seeing any indication of chimney pile, cellar hole, anything other than those bushes that to us seemed really out of place. But I don't know, we'll keep looking around for a little bit, but it's going to start getting colder out here. And oh, that's a stump hole. Good way to break an ankle. But so far, not really seeing anything. And like we were just talking, there's no wagon trail coming off the trail we were walking on, so maybe these people just had horses. Maybe it was just a cabin with no cellar hole. I don't know, but there should be a chimney pile, unless the park officials back in the 30s cleared all that stuff out, which is a good possibility. They could have recycled those stones for something else. I don't know, but this is using the website I use. If the maps are lined up correct, which they may not be 100%, this is exactly the spot, and it's a good spot. This is real good flat land right here, and you've got at least 2 trails coming in and out of this area. Actually, the trail we were walking on's right there, and then so I don't know. I can't find any indication of a chimney pile or anything out here, and I don't see any more fence posts or barbed wire like we did that would have been back over that way. I don't know. I'll look around a little bit more, but I don't think we're gonna find anything today, unfortunately. So
sitting here, it kind of looks like right over there is like the only clear spot.
yeah, that's the best spot right here, because everything else is going downhill.
Yeah.
This is perfect spot right here. It's nice and flat. So I don't know. I would think there'd be a chimney pile out here, but there's no telling. I mean,
Even if there is, it might be covered up.
well, yeah, but I mean, you'd find something. I mean, it's chimneys have a lot of rocks and bricks and whatnot on them, so. But I don't know. There's no rusty cans out here, no bottles, nothing. There's bound to be a bottle dump somewhere out here. Yeah, it's a woodpecker. I don't know. I was hoping we'd find something today. We'll try and make it out to that plantation house at some point, but that looks like that's going to be a long hike. So anyway, I'm going to walk around out here some more and see if we can find anything. Okay guys, I walked around a little bit more and found this big stone right here. That's a pretty good sized stone. And then looking over here, there's some more stones. Sorry, get this thing to work right. There's a couple, there's some. Let's see, where's the other ones? There's one right there. There's some more over by that tree. It's hard to see because all the leaves. There's one right there. Some of this is all buried up in the leaves, but this could be the chimney pile right here. Like I say, the map I go off of is a 1903 map, and 1930 all this land was bought up by the Parks Department anyway, so these houses could have been built. Well, there's no telling when they were built, but I'm not sure exactly when all this land was settled out here. But that's a nice big stone that maybe even be a foundation stone. And then right along it is all these other rocks right in here. So maybe the chimney was right here and it just collapsed. So I'm going to kind of walk off of this foundation stone, see if I can find another big one. And I may not, it's probably buried. I mean, this is a good size stone right there. But it's not a big flat one like that other one. Yeah, there's some more. See, I haven't seen any of these stones out here, so that's standing out as different. Yeah, I don't see another big one though. But I mean, this is a perfect spot. This is such level ground right here. Okay, that's just an old tree stump. Goofball just chilling.
It's very hard to get up here.
I bet. Well, I'm pretty confident, judging by how many rocks are under these leaves. I know y'all can't really see it, but there's quite a few. I'm pretty confident this is a chimney pile, given that those rocks are pretty out of place. Well, it kind of sucks. I was hoping we'd find like an old bottle dump or something, but either way, at least we got to get out here and enjoy nature. So unless we find anything else cool before we get out of here, because it's gonna start getting cold, I'll just sign off on this and appreciate everybody watching the videos. Sorry we didn't find anything more exciting, but just stick with us. We'll get there one day. All right, appreciate you watching.